There's no clean yes or no to this one, and anybody who hands you a flat answer either way is guessing. Whether leaving your furnace fan running all the time is smart or a waste of money really depends on two things that rarely come up: the type of blower motor in your furnace and what season it is. And for a lot of people, the setting they actually want isn't on or auto at all. It's a third option hiding on the thermostat that almost nobody bothers with. The cost is what most people are really asking about, so start there. Look at what folks actually report paying to keep the fan running around the clock, and the numbers are all over the map. Some say it costs them $1 a month, others swear their bill jumped by 100. That spread isn't random, and it isn't people making stuff up. It all comes down to the motor. Older furnaces use what's called a single-speed blower. It runs at one speed, full power, the entire time it's on. Leaving that thing going around the clock genuinely adds up, somewhere around $15 to $50 a month, more if it's a big motor on a pricey electric rate. Newer furnaces use a variable speed motor instead. It sips power on low, so running it all the time usually costs you somewhere between $1 and $10 a month. Same setting on the wall, wildly different bill, and the only thing that changed is the motor underneath. You can figure out which one you have without pulling anything apart. Just go listen to your furnace kick on. If the fan slams on at full blast, that sudden whoosh through the vents, that's the older single-speed motor, and running it non-stop costs you real money. If it eases in gently and winds back down at the end, that's the variable speed kind, and leaving it on barely touches your bill. Now, you'll run into videos claiming that running the fan all the time actually saves money because your furnace doesn't have to work as hard. That one you can ignore. It doesn't hold up under any real scrutiny. The fan is just an electric motor, and running it more uses more electricity, plain and simple. It does nothing to lower the amount of gas your furnace burns to heat the house. Blowing air around your living room doesn't make the furnace work any less. So when is running it non-stop actually a good idea? This is where the season comes in, and it's the part the how-to videos breeze right past. In the winter, with the heat going, leaving the fan on is reasonable. It smooths out the warm and cold spots between rooms and keeps air passing through your filter. The only catch is that between heat cycles, the air from the vents feels a little cool, which throws some people, but that's completely normal. In the summer, though, once the air conditioner is running, that same setting works against you. And it's the one thing a good installer will tell you to switch off. When your air conditioner finishes a cooling cycle, there's water sitting on the cold coil inside your system. If the fan shuts off the way it does on auto, that water drains away outside. If you've got the fan running non-stop, it blows straight across that wet coil and pushes all that moisture back into your house as humidity. Your home ends up feeling warmer and stickier, and the air conditioner has to work harder to undo it. So if you insist on running the fan all the time, at the very least take it off on once cooling season arrives. There's also your ductwork to factor in. If your ducts run through a hot attic or a cold crawl space, running the fan constantly just drags that attic heat or crawl space cold straight into your rooms. In that situation, all that non-stop air is working against you instead of for you. So what does leaving it on actually buy you when it does make sense? You get two things worth having. You get more even temperatures floor to floor and steady filtering, which genuinely helps if someone in the house has allergies. And if you've got a whole home air cleaner or an ultraviolet light attached to your system, those only do anything while the fan is moving air. So for those setups, the constant airflow is the entire point. Which brings me to the setting almost nobody uses, and honestly, it's the right call for most people. Tucked between auto and on, most thermostats have a third option called circulate. Instead of running the fan non-stop or only during a heating cycle, it runs it for a set stretch of every hour, usually around 20 minutes out of 60. You get most of the even temperature and filtering benefit of leaving it on at a fraction of the cost and without the summer humidity headache. If your thermostat has it, that's the one I'd reach for. So it really boils down to a quick check and a choice. Go listen to how your blower starts up, and if it eases on quietly, you've got the cheap variable speed motor, and running it through the winter is no big deal. If it slams on hard, or if the air conditioner is running, keep it on auto or set it to circulate. That middle setting is genuinely the one most people should land on, and it's a little maddening the setting gets ignored so often. If you want a thermostat that has that timer built in, a couple are linked down below.